Hi guys, I'm Renee and welcome to my Kudos Kitchen, where today I'm going to be making a recipe for elote dip. We have tons of fresh corn on the cob growing in our garden this year, and I have to use it up before it goes bad, and I've always wanted to make a Mexican corn dip, so that's what I'm going to do today. If you can see the cooler in the kitchen there, that's filled with corn. We got 63 ears of corn this year, and there's more coming. So yeah, I got to figure out what to do with it. So I'm not going by any recipe that I know of, except I wrote down the ingredients that I would like to use in my elote dip. And from there, I'm going to figure out how much quantity of each item I'm going to use. So I'm going to be using fresh corn kernels. I have Monterey Jack cheese I want to use, mayonnaise, some Greek yogurt. You can also use sour cream. I have red onion, and I'm also going to use a canned green chili. I thought that would be good to lend some heat. And garlic. I have pre-prepared garlic, some green onions, some cilantro, salt and pepper. What else did I forget? Lime. Oh yes. And a big deal, some queso fresco. So I think I pretty much, oh no, smoked paprika, which I still have to get out of the my spice drawer. So yeah, I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing, and then we'll just take it from there. So odds are you already know the easy trick of getting the corn and the corn cobs and the husks cleaned from an ear of corn. But if you don't, I'm here to show you. What I do is take off this the end that attaches to the stalk and give it a good twist or pull, and then I will do this to all the ears. I'm going to use, I think, 4 or 5 for this particular corn dip, and then I'm going to pop these into the microwave for like 3 minutes. Then I'm going to let them cool down so I can handle them, and then you just kind of squeeze and push, and the corn comes right out. It's like magic, and hardly any of the silks are left holding on to the corn. It's pretty great. So let me prepare the corn and get these in the microwave. And while I am waiting for my corn in the microwave, it did finish cooking, about 3 minutes. I'm going to have to let it cool down so I can handle it. I'm going to go ahead and grate my Monterey Jack cheese. And I'm going to use a whole 8-ounce block. Because what good is a dip if it's not cheesy? And now I'm going to be adding 8 ounces of crumbled queso fresco to the shredded Monterey Jack. Yeah, we're making a lot of dip here, and it's going to be nice and cheesy. Nice, corny, cheesy Mexican street corn dip. Then, because street corn dip, or street corn rather, is grilled, I'm going to put the corn on the cob after I clean the silks off on the grill pan, the indoor grill pan. You can also use an, outside grill if you like, but I have my grill pan all heating up, so I'm ready to go. So we'll give the cheese a toss in the bowl, and we're moving on. Now we get to see how easily, hopefully easily, the corn slips out of the husks. I don't think I actually put it in there long enough. I had 5 ears in the microwave. Probably less would have been better, but it's still going to work. It just, the silks might be a little bit more stuck than when you do it at home. But certainly not as bad as just raw corn. So make sure you take the time, get as much silks off as you can, and then I'm going to pop these onto the grill pan. These are some pretty ears of corn, don't you think? I am so proud of us for growing such beautiful corn this year, but more than anything, I'm proud of us for getting to it before the deer got to it, which has happened many years. So yeah, I'm gonna, now to put them on the grill, you can brush them with a little oil, avocado oil I would suggest, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put them on just without any oil, because they're really only gonna be on there just to get a little bit of color and a little bit of char. So onto the grill pan we go. While the corn is grilling, I am going to prepare some cilantro. I'm just giving it a rough chop. I love cilantro. If you don't like it, of course you can leave it out. Maybe you want to substitute parsley if you're going to leave it out. But if you do like it, use as much as you like. I love it. So I think it gives a nice bright citrusy note to all kinds of food, not just Mexican. But I do particularly like it in Mexican. This looks to be about 2 cups. 2 cups. This looks to be about 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to add more. Okay. And then the scallions. Let me just give those a quick wash. These are some monster-sized scallions. So I'm only going to use 3. And I'm going to just finely slice. And again, I love scallions, green onions, so much. So I'm going to use the white and the green parts, thinly sliced, and probably add some more on top to garnish the elote dip when it's complete. But I'll just chop up what I need to go in the dip right now. So roughly 2 tablespoons. Use whatever you like. If you don't like scallions, green onions, substitute maybe shallots, or I'm going to also be adding red onions just to double down on the onion flavor because I love it. So you can just go with the red onion if you like, or just leave them out entirely. So there we have the scallions, cilantro, and let me get some red onion going. I'm going to very finely mince this red onion. You can also use a sweet Vidalia onion if you like, or a yellow onion, white onion. The choice is yours. I just happen to love cooking with red onion. So that's what I use most of the time. I think they have a little bit sweeter flavor. And I do like to eat them raw. Not that this onion here today is going to be raw, but could garnish it with a little raw onion on top. That would be delicious. I don't want a ton. And I know I'm unconventional in my onion slicing practices. That's okay. Gets the job done for me. And again, small dice. Probably more than enough, but there's a lot of cheese and there's going to be a lot of corn, so this is good. So red onion, scallions, and cilantro. Okay, and all of this is going into the bowl with the shredded Monterey Jack and the Queso Fresco. And I'm going to give it a good stir using my hands just to make sure everything is thoroughly incorporated for when we move on to the next steps. I can't tell you how good it smells right now, but it does. It smells really good. Now, the corn on the grill pan, it's taken its time getting its grill marks and things. But when you do start to smell the corn is when you know it's getting close to being done. So I am looking for those nice char marks, but they're taking a little while. And that's okay. So being patient is part of cooking. Hear that, Penny? That's my dog, Penny. Okay, and here is our grilled corn. I was getting tired of waiting because, hey, I'm shooting a video here. Anyways, take as long as you need to get the color you want on your corn on the cob. But this is how far I took it. When it starts to spit and sputter, I pretty much know it's done. Also, I did say I wasn't going to add any oil to it, but then after a time I decided to pour a little drizzle of avocado oil over each one. It did kind of help speed up the browning process, the grilling process, to make it go a little bit quicker. So that's what I had done. It's up to you if you want to do that or not. But take your time, you know, you don't have to rush. So now I have to let these cool so I can cut the kernels off without burning myself too badly. And then also, because when I do add it to the cheese, I don't want the cheese to melt until it's in the oven. So from there, after we add the kernels to the bowl, we'll go ahead and finish with the other components, the mayonnaise and the Greek yogurt and some seasonings. So we can continue on now and cut the kernels off the cobs. I've tried to do this many different ways over the years without, you know, to see which way makes less mess. And I do believe it's this way, just directly on the cutting board. Have the corn lay flat instead of standing it on end. Because then the minute it hits the cutting board, it goes bouncing all over the kitchen. This way, it doesn't have far to go and it doesn't get any bounce. If you know of a different way, let me know what it is. I'm always happy to learn new ways, but I do believe this, for me, works the best. Smells really good, you guys. So I'm gonna continue with all these corn. I'm going to continue with these corn cobs. And you could save the corn cobs here too while I'm thinking about it and put them in soup stock or make corn chowder, just for that extra flavor if you're gonna make your own broth. So you don't have to just pitch them after you've taken the corn off. All right, meet me back in a minute. Okay, I'm going to say this looks to be about 3 to 4, maybe a little more, cups of grilled corn. So it's pretty much cool. So I'm just gonna add it into the bowl with the cheese. Now's the time you have to worry about them flying all over the kitchen. It looks like we did a pretty good job. Okay. From there, I'm going to add some fresh lime juice. I'm going to start with 1 lime and see if I need to add the half of another, or potentially 2 limes. I'm going to check the flavor. But for right now, I'm just going to start with 1 lime, which is roughly 2 teaspoons. And to get the most juice out of your limes, roll them on the counter with pressure. Or I've also heard that you can microwave them for a couple of seconds. But it really helps to get the juices flowing. So there's the lime. Let me wash up my hands and we'll continue on. Up next, I'm going to mince up some garlic. Plenty of it too, because I do like a lot of garlic. You don't need to add as much as I am. Or you can use garlic powder if you prefer. I'd put in a teaspoon maybe of garlic powder, a little more if you prefer things to have more garlic flavor. Right now I'm using about 5 cloves, and I'm gonna mince it pretty finely. It will cook in the oven as the dip goes in to warm, but yeah, it'll be fine. It's not like eating raw garlic. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in with the corn and the cheese. Okay, up next we will add in the 1 can of fire roasted chilies, which this is a 4-ounce can, and I did drain it. Not fully drained, there's a little bit of liquid, but not too very much. So 1 can of that. And now I wrote down a half a cup of mayonnaise, so I'm gonna eyeball that. There's a little corn silk, take that out. This is gonna be a lot of dip, you guys. So definitely good party food. Half a cup of mayo, and we're also gonna go with a half a cup of Greek yogurt, or you can use sour cream. just for a little extra tang. Okay, from there I'm going to add some smoked paprika, one of my favorites. I'm gonna guess it's about a teaspoon, maybe a little more because actually there's a lot of ingredients in there, corn and cheese and everything, so enough. And then I'm going to also add salt and pepper. But I'll see what this looks like first before I add the salt and pepper. Okay, I pretty much like the consistency. Of course, as the cheese melts, as it bakes, it's going to become more looser in consistency than it is now. It smells really good, really good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna say I'm happy with the way this is right now. Except for the salt and pepper. Oh, I know what else I wanted to add. I want to add just a little pinch of sugar, just to bring out the sweetness in the corn. So I'm gonna go with a teaspoon. I'm glad I didn't forget that. So a teaspoon of sugar. And as far as salt, I'll go ahead and add 2 teaspoons-ish. And some freshly cracked black pepper. There we go. Give it all a really good stir. And my oven is preheating to 350 degrees. I'm gonna go run and find a nice dish for this and spray it with cooking spray and then bake this probably for about 30 minutes, just basically until the cheese melts, which 30 minutes is probably overkill, but 20 to, ooh, it smells so good, 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, just have a look. How pretty does that look? And wait until it bakes. It's gonna be even prettier. Yep, this is the way it's going. I didn't think this would be big enough for all of it, but it is. Very nice. Okay, my friends, here it is, all ready for the oven. As I said, I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. And because this isn't a dish that's where it's probably a couple inches thick as far as the dip goes, this is gonna go in for at least 30 minutes. I'll check on it after 20, and if it looks like it's done, then I will pull it out, but I'm guessing it's gonna be 30 minutes. And by the way, I did taste it before I put it in the dish, and 1 lime was plenty sufficient. Just, the flavor was just spot on as far as the heat level and the sweetness with the sugar that was added, the acidity with the corn and the Greek yogurt. It's quite delicious, and I do hope you try this. So I'm gonna pop it in the oven and I'll check back with you in a little bit so you can see the finished product. Okay, so here is my big rookie mistake. I forgot to turn my microphone back on after I took the dip out of the oven and gave it a taste test. Whoops, my bad. Basically what I'm saying is how good the dip is, how pretty it is, how it's going to be a hit whenever you serve it, and hopefully you will try this recipe. I'll go ahead and leave the complete ingredient list with quantities in the description box below, but if you would like the printable recipe, I'll also leave the link to my website, KudosKitchen.com. So thanks so much for visiting me here on my channel on YouTube. I hope you like this content. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment because I would love to hear from you. And if you'd like to see more of my recipes, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. It's time to eat. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.